Experience. Moms talk about things that affect moms in general. The mommy entrepreneurs, we are the moms that handle business, and that means a lot. Remember, Entrepremommies.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Entrepremommies Show. I am Tiffy T.
And I'm Nicole Flamer. How you doing?
We are coming a little bit later than normal today.
Yeah.
We had a little bit of technical difficulties, but we are ready to go today. So welcome back to the Entrepremommies Show. I am Tiffy T, and we have Nikki Flamer. I'm sorry, I call you Nikki because that's what I call you. And we're here today. We're going to have a fun-filled show. So we have lots going on in the world, but how has your time been since our last show, Nikki?
Okay, well, I'm not really doing anything. I'm gonna just keep it 100, okay? I have just been chilling, enjoying the crazy weather from 40-mile-an-hour winds to snow to 60-degree weather. Just living life, taking care of the family, taking care of the business. I've been writing more. I've been trying to do some more writing, get into nice little routines. So, but yeah, I'm just living life and enjoying it. And to that, I just want to add is that I was beating myself up about not having more to do. and then I said, but isn't that what you work for, to get to a point where you can choose and decide how you want to spend your time, where it's not like you're running off from someone else's project to someone else's project to something or to an office. I mean, that's really what the dream is. I mean, and then when you get that downtime, it's like, why would I be looking for something else? I mean, just let it occur naturally. Just enjoy this peace right now because, I mean, there's been so much, I don't even call it struggle, but there's been so much survival mentality over the last, 6, 10, 15, 20 years. It's nice to just be in a spot where I can breathe. So I've been kind of toying with that. I don't know if anybody else has gone through any type of, mental manipulations, but I've been really rethinking life lately. So I haven't been doing anything.
Well, I actually needed to hear that. I did not realize how much I did, but I needed to hear that because probably the last couple of weeks, I've had a couple days where I really haven't done much. I've done what I need to do in the house and did whatever shipments I needed to do or whatever. And I am still, right now, I decided to finish up my short story. And the way I've been doing it is I just kind of want to see other artistic expressions. So I've been watching Netflix. I've been watching rom-coms, not because I want to emulate them, but I kind of I just wanted to see the flow.
Yeah.
So I've been writing, but I haven't been technically writing. I just been notating my thoughts on an app verbally. So that way I can have them wherever I am. So whenever something strikes, I have it. And I've been it's funny because yesterday, what the kids had off from school. And I was like, I don't really want to do anything.
Right.
I don't want to start a project because I didn't want to, it's a day off from school. So I didn't want my kid to be like, oh, so I'm going to be in front of TV all day.
Right.
I wanted to actually do something with him. We did a little project. I got to talk to him and find out a few things in his thought process. Figure out he's so much more like his father every day.
Right.
Oh, gosh. I'm like, I want to have to retrain you. Like I already retrained your dad. That's a whole nother topic, when your kids act like their father.
Oh,
and
goodness.
It's not like it's the good attributes.
Right.
It's the ones that I had to train him out of.
Right. Yes. It's those ones like, oh, no, you didn't start doing that too.
I'm just like, because my husband has a thing. He doesn't believe any rules belong to him.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
I don't know what that's like. I have no idea. Like he doesn't believe in he like just a quick example. When we first met, well, I can talk about it. It's not like they'll get in trouble now. This man did not have any car insurance.
Who needs car insurance, right?
And I'm like, you drive a big old truck. You are driving state to state to state. Why don't you have car insurance? Oh, that's just the government.
Oh gosh,
putting their obligations on you. If something happens,
conspiracy.
If something happens, I'll just pay for it. Okay. Do you know how much it costs for people to get medical bills? Well, it's not. I'm not going to be in the wrong. How do you know you're not going to be in the wrong? How do you know this?
Right.
And I'm just like, really? Now that it's been all these years later, we have car insurance.
Right.
Not only do we have car insurance, we have full coverage. And we technically don't need the full coverage. Yeah. Because especially one of our vehicles is already paid off. Well, he don't understand why we have full coverage. Why I don't know why we have to have full coverage. Because because we happen to live in a state where it's not required for you to have car insurance. Okay. So really? Yeah, you just pay a little extra for registration. So when you register your vehicle, you say if you don't even, you know how in Pennsylvania you have to show proof of insurance? Yes. Yeah. Okay, you don't have to do that out here, by the way. Oh, wow. So when you register your vehicle, the first time they ask you, do you have insurance? Yeah. Now, my answer, because I'm from Pennsylvania, was, yes, I do. Here's my insurance card. Right. I don't need to see all that. Right. Okay, I just need to know if you have it or not. You don't need a copy to verify. No, I just need you to tell me if you have it because it's 2 different amounts. Okay.
Oh, goodness. So you say less if you have it.
Yes. Okay. And then we're not talking like a high amount. I'm talking like 50. It's like a $50 difference. Okay. It's not like, $1,000 and $100. No, it's like a $50 difference if you don't. Okay. And I'm saying to my husband, if you hit someone or someone hits you and they don't have insurance, it's that whole process of trying to deal with them. And I don't want to deal with that. Right. That's what the insurance company is there for. Well, whatever.
If you say so.
If you say so. But my son now has the same thought process.
Oh, goodness.
So things that should be done in the classroom, because he don't see the point in it, he don't feel like doing it.
Oh gosh, okay, I'm familiar with that.
He's like, I don't know why we have to go over this. I already know it. Like, we should just move on. Right? And so I have to explain, well, you're in a classroom with other children. Just because you pick it up very quickly doesn't mean the neighbor next to you does. So the teacher has to go through the process of going through the lesson. Because according to him, he doesn't see why he has to take a week or 2 to go over the same thing.
Oh, goodness.
For him, he's like, she talked about it. I know it. Why do we have to keep talking about it?
Right.
We can go to the next thing tomorrow. Which I'm just like, really, kid? And he's like, I said, well, those are the times when you can show what you know. Right. Or just be quiet and deal with it. Right. How many times we went through stuff in school and I already knew the answer. Right. Waiting, looking at the dummies like, you don't know this? Right. Okay. Yes. Like, we all have been through a session in school where we are bored and we are going through something that we've already know. Yeah. You just go with it. You don't disrupt class. You surely don't tell an adult how they need to run their class.
Oh, goodness.
And he's only 7. So imagine, I'm only trying to tell him these things because when you don't get it at 7, when you're 17, 27, 37, you do things you shouldn't do.
It's too late by that point.
It's too late. So I'm trying to make sure that things like that are instilled in him so that he understands, yes, it's boring. I don't want to do it. but also I don't want to take away his thinking gene.
Right.
You know, because I know he's not going to be anybody's employee. That's not going to happen.
Right.
I already know that. He might have a job when he's 16 or 17. But he's already told me he's going to be working on computers. He's going to make YouTube videos, and that's what he's going to do. And he's going to do what we do and sell stuff. That's what he told me that already.
That's what's up.
At 7.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Well, my twins want to be YouTube influencers.
So that must be the thing.
No, it's the thing.
I don't know why I think this is
be an influencer, Mom. And I'm like, what does an influencer do? I was like, okay, don't you want to be a doctor or a lawyer? Mommy, doctors and lawyers.
No. No. They have to be around icky people.
Yes.
Why would you want to do that? That's because we make this look so simple and easy.
Yeah, these YouTube influencers. I'm like, oh my goodness. Okay.
And 10 years from now, it'll be another medium. It'll be something different, you know?
Yes.
So, these children, these mom years, when they're younger, it's just something, you know. And I don't want to stifle him because I know that he has this entrepreneurial spirit and he's not going to be somebody's employee. Yeah. If he is, he's not going to be for long. Right. I just want him to understand there's certain things you're just going to have to put up with. Yeah. You don't have to deal with. It's just the way it is. So, you know, kids. Yeah. So moving on. If you watch us or have seen, I believe, was it last week's show or probably the week before? We talked about Cardi B and
maybe the
Online
week
with
before.
Tasha K.
Yeah.
So now, since the judgment, I'll say, the verdict has come in, Tasha K, she's been on a few shows. She has been talking. And the other day, she was on a show, and we're going to pull it up. This is what she talked about on that show.
I think it's $1 million. You have to pay a celebrity. A lot of conversation has been do you even have that amount of money to pay in this lawsuit? Like, is Tasha K worth that amount of money to pay that?
I ain't got it. I always want to know. Listen, I'm so glad you said it.
I don't ask me for no money. I ain't got it. Listen, we have business things in place that takes care of things like this. Now, of course, the appellate court and the Supreme Court is in process right now.
So that is true. You're not trying to pay that money. You're gonna do the appeal.
No. It's the public.
And then is big check.
Whoa.
So, yeah. So Tasha K. Now she's been on a couple places. One of the places she was on Sarah Fraser. Sarah Fraser is I like to say is the white version of Tasha K.
Okay.
But because she talks about the white people celebrities.
Yeah.
And and for several shows sometimes and they do like an end of year recap and they do it together. And I love them two together. So Tasha K, I believe that was the first outlet she won on.
Okay.
But Sarah didn't ask her these type of questions. They were just ha-ha. And he and like girlfriends, like, I'm going to ask you some softball questions, girl. We just going to have some fun because we ain't done this in a while. Whereas she went on this show the other day. It's a show that comes on, it actually comes on a streaming platform. So you're not going to be able to get it unless you go to that platform. To get it. And they asked her outright, you got $4 million? And she gave the Tierra Marie answer, I ain't got it.
I ain't got it. Yeah.
which we all know is trademarked now by 50 Cent. So yeah.
Oh Lord.
So
Okay.
I'll explain the Tara Marie reference for those who don't know.
Okay.
Years ago, Tara Marie was going out with this guy. Tara Marie is a singer. She was on Love and Hip Hop. She had like, I think 2 songs. She used to go out with Ray J at one point. And then Ray J turned her from being a main girl to the side chick to the girl, because the side chick was the girl he married to now. But then he turned her into the side chick and married the former side chick. If you can follow along.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Oh my.
Love and Hip Hop, you know. So she went out. She was with some new dude, and that guy. Now I will say he was in his wrong. He basically did like some. I forget what the wording is, but he posted nude pictures of her.
Oh, okay.
On social media.
Okay.
So he was in the wrong, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
When he did that, 50 Cent took his post and put it on his social media.
Okay.
Not saying 50 was right, because I don't believe in that type of thing.
Right.
So Tara Marie, she sued 50 Cent.
Okay.
What she should have done was sued her ex-boyfriend.
Right.
Because 50 Cent was just reposting something.
Oh, okay.
So now I do believe part of this lawsuit that she had with 50 Cent was also part of her fault. How can I put? I don't know if she had good attorneys.
Okay.
Because either she didn't show up. There was a lot of questions on what happened there. So the way it ended up, the case got thrown out. Okay. And then 50 Cent sued her for his lawyer fees. Okay. Because he looked at as like a frivolous lawsuit. Right. And of course he won. And so when, I don't know if it was TMZ, it was someplace was like, are you going to pay 50 Cent? And she said, I ain't got it. And then she started wearing t-shirts. I was like, I ain't got it. Mm-hmm. So 50 Cent went and trademarked it and started selling t-shirts that said, I ain't got it.
See, how can you trademark a phrase like that? That's like a common phrase, isn't it?
If no one else owns it, you can do it.
You can do it? Oh.
No one else owns it.
Wow. Yes. Obviously, she needed better lawyers to tell her before you put this on the t-shirt.
Right.
Right.
Well, a lot of people don't think about that. They just have their own little t-shirt business and just throw some sayings out there and think that it's just going to fly because everyone says it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, whoa. Yeah. So I think with this whole Tasha K thing, obviously, I don't know what her net worth is. But just assuming off of like Social Blade, you can see how much money she makes on YouTube approximately. She also has her own app. Right. Where you have to pay for her extra stuff. Oh, like she puts extra stuff out, like things that are not, the way that she words it, it's like she don't got enough information to say it's true. Right. But she getting enough people or enough interest in it, she'll put it out there, but she's not putting it out there on YouTube until she has receipts. Okay. So she has that platform. I know she gets, well, when you watch her show, you see all the brand deals that she has because you see all the commercials that she makes for all those different products. So I don't know if she got 4 million just to hand off, but I think she got it. Yeah. But you can talk that confidently when you have business insurance. That's true. Which she obviously has.
I was looking up her app. I've seen it. I was seeing how many I guess they stopped putting how many downloads. They used to put that on there.
Oh, do they really?
Yeah, I'm going to look on my phone because it's Apple, but yeah, but it's pretty nice rated. It's free. The app is free, so I'm guessing once you get in there, then you
still got to pay.
You got to pay. Yeah.
Now you can. Well, I can see on my, because I'm an Android girl. Okay. It shows over 5,000 downloads.
Okay, over 5,000.
Over
Okay.
5,000 downloads. Now that don't mean that they're all paying customers. Now
Right.
she has 2 paywalls. I think one is like you can buy access to like 1 or 2 shows,
Mm-hmm.
and then she has another paywall where you get everything, and I think that's $5 or $6 a month. I might be wrong about that, but I mean, if you get 1,000 people paying you $5 a month,
Mm-hmm.
that ain't bad.
That ain't bad. I'll take that.
That ain't bad at all.
Yeah, no.
That ain't bad at all.
No, not bad at all.
So
Yeah.
she got money coming in.
Yeah.
And I think really the only thing that this is doing, I mean, for $4 million, it's making her national news.
Yes. Yep.
National news is talking about Tasha K.
Yeah.
And she just broke a whole nother story out right after this.
Yeah.
And what's really funny is the same outlets that were making fun of her for losing the case were using her as the source for these new cases and allegations that are happening against Trey Songz and Chris Brown, because she had the accuser's lawyer on her platform.
Yes.
And did her best Barbara Walters impersonation.
Right. Yeah.
I was looking at her. I said she had the little wrap dress on.
Yes. Yes.
And I said, okay. And she was so well put together.
Yes.
You know, she has a way of being professional, but hood and professional at the same time, that it reels you in. And she definitely does her research before she speaks to people.
Oh, yeah.
She definitely does her research, because she breaks down situations where I'm like, oh, that's what happened.
Yes.
You know, I'm not there yet. I got more stuff to do. You know, I'm not.
Right.
But to me, she also in that interview, that they did ask her if she learned anything, and she said, I sure did. I learned allegedly.
She should have known that one.
She knew that already.
Before.
But she said it taught her to make sure that she has more receipts.
Yes.
And not because really, honestly, all she did was take the girl's story, Star Marie, of how Cardi B had a cold sore on her mouth, on her lip rather. The girl helped her with that. And then the next day, the girl goes to work at the strip club, and the strip club owner says, I hear that you have whatever. And it was all stemmed from this girl allegedly helping Cardi B doctor up her cold sore.
Right.
And then so the woman goes out and allegedly goes and steals, I shouldn't say steal, but gets the money on the ground that was for the other strippers, because she was mad.
Right.
I mean, to me, it all makes sense. It all puts together. Now, should Tasha K have went as far to like, oh, she got herpes?
Right.
She got herpes.
Right.
And then, it was, and honestly, I really think, and then, how to put this like, and then Cardi B this all stemmed from Cardi B calling black women dogs and things like that. Okay. That's where this all stemmed from, because there was a video where she went on live and called black women dogs or something like that. Okay. And this woman was like, oh, I'm not surprised she said that. This is what happened to me. And this was what she said, like on an Instagram live. It wasn't like she went on Tasha K's platform just to say that happened. Okay. She was just saying, this is what happened to me, talking to some friends on an Instagram live, thinking it was private.
Oh, okay.
And then after that, she started having issues, people coming up to her family members. And her thought process was, okay, if something happens to me, at least I can go to Tasha K and they can start from there.
Right.
And see what happened.
Yeah.
However, Tasha took that and just took something that was like this big and made it this big.
Right.
She has that gift.
Yes.
I'm not there yet. I mean, I could do this and do this, but she does this and does this. Okay.
Yeah.
And she has that gift.
Yeah.
So this is going to catapult her. I want to give my prediction. I'm going to give it 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to be on a network.
Yeah.
And not like a streaming platform thing. I think she's going to be on like a Bravo type channel.
Okay.
Or those channels.
Right.
And in my opinion, this is my opinion, I think her and Sarah Fraser need to team up.
Yeah.
Because you have to know your audience when you
Yeah.
come to that genre. So because they'll come for the ratchetness of Tasha K and the Valley Girlish of Sarah Fraser.
Okay.
Them two together is just, I love it. And I think I love Sarah Fraser because Sarah Fraser, I don't know where she's originally from, but she used to be on, I think it was Fox she was on in the DC area. So I used to watch her.
Okay.
Locally. So I'm familiar with who she is. Now she's out in LA and she does her own podcast, YouTube show. And she gets a lot of I'm going to say reality stars into her program. Like she caters to that. She caters to all that messiness. So I think them two together, because you have to know your market. You got to talk about the Black celebrities as well as the white ones. So you can get both people watching.
Well, this is where I was thinking this trajectory of how this story could go for Tasha K is that, well, on one end, she has built a platform and she has a niche in somewhere that, people have seen people on YouTube. They've done silly things like, all the early YouTube influencers, they would do crazy things and stuff. Well, here she is. She's taken a platform. She's come up with an idea. She talks about things that you're not going to see on television for the most part. You're going to see some of it, but these are little known celebrities and characters, people that we are interested in as a community, right? And since she's in like Georgia, there's a heavy focus on people who live in that area because that's its own Hollywood now.
It sure is. That's Black Hollywood out there.
It's Black Hollywood. So she's taken it and she's monetized it and she's created this thing. So I think the Cardi B thing, if anything, it gives her legitimacy as a journalist in her own right. Now, whether it's true or false, I mean, they say it's false. She had papers to verify that she does not have herpes. So, I mean, I don't think the average person really cares about that aspect of it.
No, we don't.
We see it as entertainment.
Right.
Tasha is funny when she says that.
Yo,
do we necessarily believe that Cardi B has herpes?
No, I don't believe
know.
that.
I
care.
Right. But when Tasha says it, I crack up. Right. So it's entertainment. And I think the funny thing about the legitimacy of it is that now she gets a whole audience of people who are saying, oh my gosh, like people who have never watched her before are now probably going to her channel, going to her stream and saying, okay, who is this woman? And maybe they'll stay to listen for more, or maybe they'll go away and say, this is totally, above my head or whatever. But she's on a national stage right now. So for what she does to translate, she's a very smart businesswoman. So if her people and her are sitting there behind the scenes saying, how can we take this and get it on a rocket forward, that would be the wise thing to do. And I don't know necessarily she needs to be on any type of a network. She's shown that she can create something. So maybe what it is that her platform grows into like a Harpo or like a, you know what I mean? Something to that effect. Because I think that's on the level, honestly, I can't see her being constrained by networks like ABC, CBS, those type of things, extra, and even TMZ even. I would see them like as soon as she wouldn't be able to be as outrageous as she is. And
she would have to tone it down quite a bit.
Have to tone it down. And I mean, I've seen her talk about certain things before, and if she's making a couple $1 million just on her own network, KB Studios and all that, she really doesn't need that. I mean, she does, you know what I'm saying? Like, she could grow more. The thing about the community, the niche that she is working for, so to speak, is that we will continue to support and buy the people who go on her app. Nobody has to twist their arm. You know what I mean? Like, they bought in.
Oh, right. Not just that. There are YouTubers right now that are getting monetized off of doing what you and I are doing right now, talking about Tasha K. She right now, she's helping the whole YouTube community.
Thank you.
Right now. Because there are people that are getting monetized as we speak off of talking about what's going on with Tasha K.
Yep.
All right. And I just want to make sure that I give the people their just due. She went on Social Society, which is a show on the All Black streaming service.
Oh, okay.
So since that's what it was, I want to make sure we talk about that. It's called All Black streaming service. And the name of the show is called Social Society.
Right.
I almost want to download this now so I can see this.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I'm like, that they might do.
Society. Let me check these people.
Right. Well, the one person you know that is the guy that was laughing.
Yeah.
He does like Instagram reactions to Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Okay.
As well as he does Instagram posts of different alcoholic beverages.
Okay, interesting.
And he has done backstage reporting for Love and Hip Hop reunions. Has not done like a hosting of it, but he'll do like the backstage reporting, Love and Hip Hop. So he does that too with Love and Hip Hop, but it hasn't been really that interesting lately. But he does. I've always, like how Leslie Jones does her thing right now with the Olympics.
Yeah.
He kind of does the same thing.
Okay.
But for those reality shows. So he is one of the hosts on there.
Right.
And I find him entertaining as well. Now I will say that Miss Cardi B did respond.
Okay.
I'm going to pull up her. Now, I will say nothing against Cardi B, and I know she was probably Russian, but it does have some grammatical errors in her response. So I want to make sure that I read it the right way. Let me go to the right people, because, by the way, I don't follow any of these people. I just get it off of all these other places that will post it.
Yes.
But you don't have to follow people to know what's going on with them.
No, not
at all.
Yeah.
All right. So this is Cardi. Let me see. Where is Cardi's response? Because this was yesterday's news.
Okay.
And there's like 20 posts before it.
Okay.
She said, I ain't got it. And then Cardi, let me just pull up Cardi. So Cardi B basically ended her text with the hashtag that means bitch better have my money.
Good response, Cardi. I like it.
But this is the thing. She just keeps on validating it. Cardi does this by doing it. You just gave her validation.
Yeah.
You just gave her validation by doing this stuff.
Yeah.
So, but that is like our take on what's happening with the Tasha K lawsuit. She is taking it towards the appellate courts. My thought is that she will probably win because I look at it as entertainment. So it's not something that I don't really think that she had malice. That's the thing. You have to show that you have malice. Right. I don't think she has malice. And in my opinion, Cardi B plays into it.
Yes. By
her putting a it wasn't even a statement. It was just a either Instagram, Twitter post, like, oh, she ain't playing around. She bitch better have my money.
Right.
Okay. So you playing with it.
Right.
If you was really, really upset and sincere about it, you would have said nothing and went to your lawyer.
Exactly. Said nothing. Just totally be like, okay, we'll deal with it in the courts. I don't even need to respond to this.
I
Right.
wouldn't, because if it was me, I wouldn't have said nothing.
Yeah.
I would have been wanting to my lawyer, like, you know that she just did this. Okay,
Yeah.
put a new injunction on.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, yeah, because what she wrote is this. I think what she meant to say, this is not a game, but she put, this is a game, but trust, I'm a come for everything. Hashtag BBHMM. Bitch better have my money.
Okay.
It took me a minute to remember what that was.
Like,
I'm like, I was like, oh, bitch better have my money. Okay, okay.
Right. Because you don't talk like that, Tiffany.
Right. That's that
Not your
duality in language,
every day.
So, but yeah, in my opinion, Cardi plays to it. Yeah. So it's like, in a way, it makes you think, are they in on this together?
That's always in the back of my head. Anytime I see any type of a bust up, I'm like, is this just for clicks and views? I mean, like, what, I mean, they went to court though, but it's like, still, like, in the back room somewhere, you can't tell me they haven't been able to sit down and have a talk about this all.
Right, a quick strategy session of, because I firmly believe that Tasha K knew she was going to lose.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I knew. I mean, I didn't think she was going to win because as soon as they start playing her videos, if you are not her target demo, you're going to be appalled.
Oh right. Yeah, you're not staying.
Right, you're going to be like, this is what she put out.
Yes.
Never mind, she has 1 million subscribers on YouTube.
Right.
But oh my goodness. Oh, let me clutch my pearls, because you're not her audience.
You're not.
The jury, I know, is not her audience.
You.
Right. So
yeah,
their response is going to be emotional. Like, I can't believe it. This is atrocious.
Right. Yeah.
$4 million. $4 million. Okay. Whereas the appellate court, they're going to look at it as a legal standpoint.
Yeah.
And there's not going to be an emotion with it. It's going to be, was there malice?
Yeah.
Did
and
she
I
tell
don't think so. I think she did it for entertainment.
To me, it was entertainment. If it was real malice, in my opinion, she would have said on her platform, everyone go to Cardi B's social media and tell her, say this about her. Nah, she didn't do any of that.
No.
It was just little slide comments. Before she had that one commercial for the female body parts.
Right.
I'm
wondering what's the difference between, I mean, I know it's an STD, but it's an STD. I mean, whatever, right? What's the difference between her saying something like that and all the jokes that people made about George W. Bush's intelligence, what's his name? Donald Trump's intelligence and business acumen. What's the difference? I mean, because I can see, I mean, it's a personal thing. It's that she's hygiene. I mean, it's not even hygiene. It's like,
right.
What's the difference between saying that about saying somebody is stupid or somebody is an idiot versus, or somebody has an STD? If it's not true, it's not true. You know what I mean? And she proved it's not true. So that's the one thing, like, as far as free speech and First Amendment rights, it's like, how do you say, I mean, was it the amount of times that she did it? I mean, was it like that?
Well, and this is the thing that's funny. It happened probably for like a month and a half. It was going strong. And then she went on to the next subject. Like, honestly, the person who should be mad is the girlfriend of Wendy Williams' husband or ex-husband. That's who should be mad at Tasha K.
Yeah, she talks to her all the time.
Because she called the hospital there she delivered at, which I knew. I'll put this. I'm just gonna say this. I knew Tasha was on point when she pronounced the name of the hospital wrong.
Right.
Because it was Hahnemann Hospital in Philly. Now we know that as Hahnemann Hospital.
Right.
She's not from where we're from, so she didn't know the name. So when she was pronouncing the name, I was like, no, that's Hahnemann. And I was like, oh, she got real tea because she don't know the name of the hospital.
Right.
She was saying it phonetically. We know how we say it where we're from.
Right.
She called that hospital, got to that girl's room.
Yeah.
I knew she was thorough then.
Yeah.
Because that's who need to be mad at Tasha K.
Right. Right.
Okay. Now I ain't say she need to sue her because that's what you get for sleeping with people's husbands. But anyway, that's another topic. Yeah, I'm a first wife, so I got first wife attitude. But
right, I hear you.
All right, I got first wife attitude for people that like to sleep with married men, but we ain't gonna go there today. But that's who she was on her, for lack of a better word, she was on her ASS. Okay. Yes. She was on top of that stuff. Okay. Yeah. And then when it went to Wendy's Williams' ex-husband, she had people talking about him, talking about how they slept with him, like men and women.
Yeah. Well, in some of her shows, she has, one show I watched was a girl who's an Instagram influencer, but she also sleeps with a lot of basketball players, rappers, what have you. And she's a lot of them. And I don't remember her name, so I'm not putting anybody out on Front Street. But she said a particular football player had contacted her, sent her money so she could to fly her out to do some very, very salacious things. And I'm like, that's the type of stuff I would sue for, right? Not the Instagrammer, but if I was the football player and I heard what this woman said that, but she had receipts. You know what I'm talking about? So I'm like, if it was me, I'd be like, oh my God, get my lawyers on the phone. Like, but
you can't sue Tasha. I mean, you can sue Tasha K, but she can't control what her guests say.
She can't control. Yeah. But I'm just like, that's the type of thing where I'm like, because, now again, it's all in how you deal with stuff. Like, he could take it in stride and be like, well, whatever. I do like that kind of stuff. And a lot of people know it. Right. Or he can be like, oh my gosh, like, wait till this gets out. But the thing is that nobody, like, I heard it and I'm like, I wonder if it's true. It probably is true. But if I had the opportunity to go see him play, is it going to hurt his income? He's not making no money off of me anyway. So
right.
I'm not into football like that. But it's like, is it good? Is my opinion of him lower? Nah, it's probably about the same opinion I had of him. It just gives me proof that these dudes is dirty. You know what I mean? Like,
right?
Or whatever. Like, but it's so that's what I'm saying. Like, there is a whole range. Like, I guess what we have to look at is Cardi B must have been really hurt by this. Like, it must have really upset her. This thing that happened. I mean, who determines whether it's malicious? Is it the victim? Or is it the jury? You know what I mean?
Well, see, it's kind of hard. Now, I'm not saying that Cardi B doesn't have a right to her feelings. She definitely does.
Right.
However, there are several videos of Cardi B talking about drugging men.
Oh, I know. Right. Where's her free speech? Right.
And using them for money. We all know she used to be a stripper.
Yes.
Not saying that there's anything wrong with that.
Right.
However, the way that she has spoken in the past about that lifestyle, she has done things for money.
Right.
So she has drugged men, according to her own admission.
Right.
On her Instagram lives or whatever lives that she's talked about that. So it makes, to me, I'm like, if you've talked about doing that.
Right. I mean,
now you got a problem with me saying you got this, and I didn't even say it. It was someone on my platform that said it, and it wasn't even, how can I put it? We would never have known this if Cardi didn't do what she did.
Right. Right.
If she didn't try and get that other stripper girl fired, would we know any of this?
No.
Would we even care? No, we don't.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's newsworthy. It's gossip. It's, even borders on First Amendment issues. But honestly, I don't really think any less or greater about Cardi B.
I have the same opinion of her I had before it
that
I had after it.
Yeah.
Pretty
I can't imagine too many more people who don't have that similar feeling, you know.
I wasn't following her before, and I ain't following her
following
now.
her now,
And
right.
I don't, and honestly, I don't really follow a lot of celebrities.
Yes.
Because when they do something odd or newsworthy, it's going to come up on the Shade Room or someplace else anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
And the other thing is, by her suing Tasha K, it actually brought more attention. I didn't even know that whether or not she had herpes or not was even an issue until this came out. Like, I didn't know because I wasn't really following Tasha K. I would listen to her intermittently, but I didn't know. So the fact that she sued, she made it a national story.
Mm-hmm.
She made it, everybody knows now that,
And now Tasha K's claim to fame is, Cardi B sued me.
That's right, yeah.
Like, yes,
that's like a badge of honor. Like, seriously, that's like, you really got in there. You really got in there. That's a badge of honor for someone who's like a gossip journalist. Like, I remember even in the days of Wendy Williams, and remember when she was on Power 99 out here, right?
Oh yeah.
And she interviewed Whitney Houston.
Oh,
and when like when she hung up on it was like, she got her good. That makes a gossip columnist, gossip writer, gossip radio host, that makes you more credible when you piss the celebrities off. So the fact that the Cardi B sued Tasha K is like, Tasha K has arrived.
Right.
She has arrived. Welcome her.
Welcome her. We're gonna have the induction ceremonies coming up soon. Yes. I don't, obviously we don't personally know Tasha K, but I look at her as like a master class on how to do a YouTube. And the thing is, all you have to do is watch her.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's not selling courses like other YouTubers out here selling courses on.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I believe at one point I don't think she even does it now, but she was selling consultations.
Yeah.
I don't know if she's even doing that anymore. I don't know if she got the time.
Right. Yeah.
Because actually, I'm seeing now people that she's mentored, they're selling consultations.
Yep.
So like I really think, I feel like in 2 years, she is going to be the authentic, she's going to be where Wendy Williams was.
Yeah.
I honestly, I would know what I would really love. This is just one of my fangirls love. I would love if Wendy Williams would do her show.
Yes.
Because she had so much dirt on Kevin.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She knew so much that their conversation, I will just be like,
yes. It would be nice to see them do something together. Yeah.
It would be like more of a pass the torch type of thing. But I also could see, even because as we're talking about this, Wendy Williams' show is going to be no longer.
Right. Yes.
It's no longer being reported. Sherry Shepherd has already announced on Wendy Williams' show that she will be returning as the host of the Sherry Show.
Okay.
So yesterday it was speculation and rumors. Today it is the truth.
Okay.
So it would be nice to see, even if Wendy doesn't want to come in camera, have Wendy come behind the camera.
Mm-hmm.
And develop something and be like the Barbara Walters of The View.
Right.
Where Wendy could be the Wendy of whatever show she puts together.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think she's at an age where she talks about people and things she could care less about.
Right.
I'm sure these housewives and some of these Love and Hip Hop people, Wendy don't care about them.
Right.
She's not at an age to care about them, but she has to talk about them because they're relevant.
Right.
But if you have another person that follows up with them, not them personally, but their antics, she can chime in. Back in the day, so did the same thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that would be great.
The thing about Wendy, and I personally don't see the Sherry Show making it very far because Wendy is a character in of herself. it's not just the fact that she's a gossip. It's the fact that she has the attitude and the ability to take risk and ask people things that other people would be uncomfortable because she don't care, you know. She don't care, and she's never cared. That's why people follow her. Same reason like with Tasha K. You know, it's like she doesn't care what she has to possibly lose. That's why people watch the Wendy Williams show. They think they're going to put another Black woman in there, and that's going to keep the audience. Right. Nobody wants to see Sherry. I mean, no hate against her, but I don't care. I watched Wendy Williams when I used to watch Wendy Williams because I like Wendy Williams.
Right. And Wendy Williams on TV is toned down from the Wendy Williams. Oh my God,
so much so. But she still will ask some questions that'll have them people in their seats like, I knew.
Like, are you serious?
Why did she ask me this?
Is this live? Is this live?
Right? I mean, she has still managed to ruffle some feathers even because she don't care. She don't care. And that is the thing that would be missing with the Sherry Shepherd, who is almost like I finally got my chance versus we know Wendy grinded for that show. I mean, we know she grinded hard from Hot 97 Days all the way up to Sherry Shepherd. She's not saying she didn't grind. It's not the same.
It's different because Sherry Shepherd is a comedian.
She's a comedian.
She was on The View for that short stint. Mm-hmm. She, in my opinion, during that time period, did not have the best light held on her. Mm-hmm. Because I think at times she was trying to be funny.
Right.
And it made her look uneducated.
Yeah.
At times. And I don't know if that was just her comedy delivery or her comedy style.
Yeah.
I think once, what is that white girl's name that was on the show with her? Donnie Wahlberg's wife. I can't remember her name.
Jenny McCarthy?
Yes.
Okay.
I felt that once those two got together on the show, because they had them doing segments together, I thought that was really good.
Yeah.
That was really good, them two working together, but they both left the show. So they didn't work together long enough. Jenny McCarthy, I don't know if she still has her Sirius XM show, but she had a show on Sirius XM.
Right.
It still really wasn't the same, you know? And then Sherry went off to do what she's been doing, you know? And then
what's she been doing? That's what I'm saying. Like, it's the type
well, she did a couple Lifetime movies.
Okay.
I will say this.
That's like I can see her.
She's done a couple. She acted in and not like funny best friend. She was the main arc, the main character.
Okay.
She had a main, not a supporting role. She was a main actor on the show. She did a couple. I can't remember. I remember she did the one story where the one girl was kidnapped like at birth.
Oh, I remember that.
She played the mother of the child.
That. Yeah.
And then she was in a couple other things. And I think I don't know if she knows her path, but her problem was another problem with an ex-husband. And then she had that whole thing where her and her ex-husband, I guess they had a surrogate.
Okay.
And they were going through their divorce. The surrogate gives birth. And
she wanted to keep the baby, right?
Sherry didn't want the baby.
She didn't want the baby. Oh, I remember that. Oh gosh. Yes, I remember that. And I was like, who does that? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I remember that.
So apparently now she got to pay child support on a child she didn't deliver.
Oh my goodness.
Because
I would just keep it just because. Look. I don't pay.
Like she's not
mine now.
I don't know if she's even met the child. She don't. I don't believe she even has any. Now she has her own child from a previous relationship. I mean, we see him all over the Instagram.
Yeah,
but you do not see this other child.
Whoa,
at all. I don't know if she has any type of custody.
Yeah. Well, if she starts her first show talking about that, I would watch.
Right?
It's like, you tell us the real deal about that baby. Right.
Right. Right. Because actually ain't a baby no more. This child, if I'm right in my timing, that child might be ready for kindergarten.
Yeah. I want to hear that story. Let's delve into
I
your
saw
past.
an interview with the surrogate.
Mm-hmm.
The surrogate was like, for so many months, she was listed as the mother on the child's birth certificate. And she was like, I ain't the mama. I got paid to be a surrogate.
Right.
Not be a mom.
Yeah. Oh my. So does the ex-husband watch the baby?
Well, he has custody of the child.
Okay.
And he's the one that picked the child up from the hospital. That whole thing. And yeah. But even that fact, right? Like now, like you said, she come talking about that. We want to hear.
I want to watch that.
Now,
but I'm just saying, like, even with that in her history, and the fact that she could be named to a show and that wouldn't even be, popped off, it's because nobody cares, right? It's like, it's like, oh, now that you reminded me, I'm like, that's interesting. But it's not. We all know about Wendy's issues with her ex-husband and his side chick and their baby, and we know about a lot of things because we care, because Wendy is that's what the one thing that people, even as like, if you're going to be in this space of as a host or an entertainer, the one thing that you got to understand is what makes a person a star is the fact that they have a special thing and energy about them that attracts people to them. It's, you can learn it and hone it. You can work on things that make you that make you good at your job. Like, I mean, I remember I would say even like Oprah. Somebody like Oprah. Oprah's hardworking. Is she a star per se? Not really. She's a hardworking woman who, I mean, I think she rivals some of the best business minds out there, but she's not the type of person that you necessarily are drawn to in the way of like, oh, I got to know what, like, I have no idea what's going on in Oprah's life, and I don't really care, but like, she's, there's people like Angelina Jolie, like even Jennifer Aniston, that people just want to know. There's something that has attracted people to their personal stories, that they will watch every movie that they put out. They will watch every interview, read every article, because there's some sort of investment there, right? That's what Wendy has. It's never mattered about her looks, even though it mattered to her, obviously.
It obviously mattered to her. I always felt that she was a beautiful woman.
I always thought she was beautiful,
and
too,
to know that she had that type of self-loathing on herself.
Yes.
It's sad, because
it is sad.
She saw herself one way, but everyone else saw her differently.
Yeah.
She wasn't ugly.
No, not at all.
Not at all.
Yeah.
I mean, not at all.
Yeah.
She's those long legs.
Yes.
I remember her at Powerhouse.
Yes.
Okay? I went to Powerhouse, and she had that whole pink all in one outfit. I remember. I was there.
Yes.
It's
never been about her looks.
No.
Never. It's always been about that quality that she has. And that is what's catapulted her, in my opinion. And I'm sorry that Sherry Shepherd lady doesn't have it. I mean, she just doesn't. So she'll probably finish out the year, and then next year they'll premiere, and then it'll slowly just get canceled, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm not going to run to the TV.
Oh gosh, no.
Now unless she has someone on that I care about, then I might DVR it.
Yeah,
so I can watch it later.
I don't even think she has the chops to go there with the questioning, though.
Yeah,
like, even if she does have somebody on that's interesting, unless they did something, unless it's like R. Kelly or something, I wouldn't like, you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't be even drawn to watch it unless she could go there with the questioning. Because there's a lot of people who interview people, and it's the most boring interviews. And it's like, you don't even ask what I want to know about this person. This is like you're softballing it. Like, ask the real questions. Ask what we are all wondering about. So I mean, Wendy used to have to do some work to get people to come on her show because they were scared.
Oh, yes. Well, her show turned into the show you had to do, but you didn't want to do.
Right. Because you didn't know what kind of dirt she had on you. And, she will break. do you remember Todd? You know, it was just like, and then all of a sudden these people, oh, and it used to be so funny. And it's just how old we are, changing formats. Be listening to it on the radio, and she would have an in-house guest, and they would get mad and leave. And it was like, yes,
it was,
did y'all hear Wendy Williams today?
Yeah, Wendy. And it was like Wendy's whole thing was, she was like, oh, I remember there was some woman who wasn't really even that famous, but they were dating someone famous.
Yeah.
And she was like, and the girl was like, I'm not going to talk about him. She was like, oh, you ain't going to talk about him? All right, well, you don't need to be on the show. All right, coming up.
Right. Right. What did you think?
And the girl was like, what do you mean? She was like, if you're not going to talk about him, there's nothing to talk about. We don't need to talk to you.
Right. Right. Who are you? You are.
That's exactly what she said. Who are you? Like,
yes. Yes.
I was like, wow.
Yes.
She was like, all right, then. She was like, we're done.
Yes. Yep. Oh, I loved it. And then, or if they got mad and they started cursing and stuff. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That was the best. That was the best. I remember when she interviewed Mariah Carey. I was like, so that is a special type of person. She don't care. She don't care. And
she has it in her, like, she has it in her to just know. She knows the right way to ask the question to make you pissed off. And the thing is, if you were, to me, the people that were successful on Wendy's shows, and this is before TV, the ones that are, all right, let's just get this all out the way. This is what happened. And then right after that, you took the thunder out of what Wendy had. And then she would just talk to you like regular.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you didn't come at her like, you said this, blah, blah, blah. Like, all right, look, let's just get this out the way. This is what you said. And this is what really happened.
Yep.
And then she could say, well, but I heard that's not true.
Right.
Oh, well, so-and-so said, well, so-and-so is lying. You know, and then you get that out the way. You do what you're there to promote for, and it works. Yeah. Those ones that are like, I don't want to answer no question from Wendy Williams. Right. Like, you messing it up for yourself. Yeah. Just go ahead. And if all you have to do is just have your answers prepared. You know, just like, I know that I'm talking about something else different, but like, remember Chris Brown? Yeah. When he was going, we all know what happened between him and Rihanna. Right. Which congratulations to Rihanna and A$AP Rocky on their baby on the way. Yeah. Little baby on the way. There was a time period when his lawyers put in a request to allow him to go to certain award shows because there was a protection of abuse order on him, which made him not able to go to these functions because Rihanna would be there. Right. And Rihanna's team essentially said, sure, we're not going to fight it. Right. So he goes on like the Today Show or morning show, and I forget the black lady's name, but she asked him a question about it. He got all upset. Instead of saying something to the effect, that was something that my legal team thought was best for my career. I want to thank them for getting that project done, and also thank Rihanna and her people for not objecting it. Right. That's all he had to say. Right. He went all cray. Why y'all asking me about this? This happened so long ago. You didn't have to respond that way. You know the question's coming. And it was a softball question. Yeah. It was Robin Roberts. That's it. Okay. It was Robin Roberts. She is not known for hard hitting, in your face type of questioning. It was a sincere question. Like, do you want to respond to any of that? You know? And all he had to say was, yeah, that's something that my legal team put together. It was best for my career. I want to thank them and thank Rihanna for not objecting to allow me to be at these functions and do my business and take care of my family. That's something to that effect. That's all. And then it would have been, okay, your new album's coming out. That's where it would have been. There was nothing there. Once you say that, you're done. Yeah. Getting upset, it's just like, okay. There's something else more there.
Right. Yeah. Well, maybe he did, like
Yeah.
there was always this question back then. It's like, did he or didn't he? What, I mean, even with pictures and all kinds of stuff, everybody was trying to make up excuses for him and stuff. And when he would get upset at things, it just made him look more like I don't know, what's a better word than that? Guilty.
He looked more guilty.
Yes.
He looked guilty.
Yeah.
Say girl, it's okay.
Yeah.
And I live practically 45 minutes away from his hometown.
Do you really?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
And I have worked with people, because I don't really know many people out here, but when we first moved out here, I did get a job, and I have worked with people that have worked with his relatives.
Mm-hmm.
They do not talk about him.
Really? We don't talk about Bruno. We don't talk about Chris.
Which is odd to me, because to me, when you have a celebrity from a very small town, you talk about that person.
Yes.
Yes. You have stuff that shows this is where they grew up. Like, we talk about Rip. Rip is from
I was going to say, everybody and their
Rip.
grandmom talks about Rip Hamilton.
We love Rip Hamilton.
Yes.
He made it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We love Rip.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And we even have, what's his name? Derek Morgan.
Yeah.
We have him too. We rep them guys.
Yes.
If someone doesn't understand where we're from, we can say, oh, do you know so-and-so?
Mm-hmm.
Are you familiar with Rip? Are you familiar with Derek Morgan, NFL player?
Yeah.
Oh, he grew up in my hometown.
Yeah.
Like, we use that as a way to explain where we're from and what our pedigree is.
Yes.
Now, unless maybe I just haven't met enough people, but from being around the people out here, they don't like to discuss it.
Right.
Which is odd to me.
That is odd. It is.
As I said, maybe I haven't been around enough people. I don't know. Mm-hmm. But it's like
he took all his fans, his family and friend fans home. I mean, to live with him. We're out in LA or wherever.
But I believe there are people that are related to him that are still
out there,
out here. Yeah. Like, someone told me they worked with his stepmom.
Okay.
I think someone said they worked. And I think the one lady was telling me, she was like, I worked with his stepmom. And she was like, I didn't know.
Oh, wow.
That she was, related to him. And she was like, the lady was like, oh, I was at lunch and someone brought it up. Like, I heard so-and-so was in the news. And she was like, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was something positive or something negative.
Yeah.
But I will say out here, I would say from the people that I understand, the way that I get the way that they are where I happen to live, some of the things that I have seen him be involved in, it's not something that they would want to talk about.
Okay.
Because this is a small town where everyone knows everyone. A lot of biblical values.
Yeah.
That's probably the best way to explain it.
Yeah.
out here, in the country. But yeah, it's just, you hate to see someone that accomplished so much lose. And I feel like Wendy didn't go out the way that she should have.
No. And I really don't think this is her last hurrah. I mean, I think that she just needs to, get healthy, and I think she can come back, this is not her second or even third comeback. I mean,
oh no.
She's a comeback queen. Like,
oh yes, she is.
Yeah, she has reinvented herself. And remember when she came to Power 99, everybody thought it was going to be like it was a demotion for her, to leave a market like New York City and come to Philadelphia, even though Philadelphia is like the fifth largest
it's
market.
A very good market.
It's a good market, but it was a demotion for her. But she turned it into her own thing and used it to get back to New York, and then
she
get her own TV show.
And now going to Philly is a big deal.
Yes.
If you can go to the Philly market and make it, you can now go to New York and make it.
Yes. So she's a comeback queen. So she's got to deal with her health. She got rid of the ex-husband. So although I saw something where they said they were hanging out.
Something too.
Yeah. So
I'm waiting for Tasha to talk about it.
Are you doing?
I'm waiting for Tasha to talk about it because she gonna come with some receipts of who she done heard from.
So yeah,
Lord.
but if she gets healthy, she can come right on back, and we'll accept her with open arms. So.
We sure will. I can't wait. Well, you know what? What's really funny with the way media works right now, all Wendy got to do is just get herself a podcast.
Isn't that the truth? Yep.
All Wendy has to do is start.
I would be on YouTube watching her, subscribed and alerted.
Okay, I will be notified for every video.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, I'm like, wait, Nikki, I gotta watch this in the car.
Right. That's right. Yep. Yes.
Yes.
So she doesn't. She's got a built-in audience. You know that. Yeah, she'll be fine. I mean, if she can get healthy, that is. I mean, I hear her health is pretty bad, but if she can get healthy, she's got her place. Sherry Shepherd is not a replacement. No, in my opinion.
She's just
she's a fill-in, and even if
she
takes over full time, she will still just be a full-time fill-in. And again, no shade or hate. I think she's a funny woman. She's just not Wendy.
She's not Wendy, and I mean, I'm not saying that she doesn't deserve her own show,
right?
But to try and
I would hate to have that job. To follow up Wendy Williams.
I would never follow Wendy Williams.
I would hate to have that job.
No, that's too much pressure. That's too much pressure. I would not want that. I would not put that.
I would come out naked or something just to create some sort of chaos, because what could you do? Like, that's like the worst job, to have to follow up her shoes. What's she going to have, like Martha Stewart on? I mean, like, it's like, it doesn't even matter who she has on. She has to really do something outrageous.
She has to get that interview and ask those questions.
Yes.
She need to go and watch Unwind with Tasha K channel.
This is her lineup. She need to have R. Kelly, Chris Brown, Trey Songz.
Oh, Trey, get your Trey Songz. Get Trey
to have them all on her.
We have not heard from him. Yes. We have not heard from him, and he's another one that's from out here. He's from Virginia too.
Yes.
Yeah.
She need to have all three of them on there. That's how she should start her show. And OJ.
You know what's funny? OJ won on Wendy Williams too.
Yes.
In fact, that was the startup of his getting back into the Black community interview.
Yes.
Was with Wendy Williams.
I forgot about that. Well, Sherry, I got your lineup. OJ, Chris Brown, Trey Songz, and R. Kelly.
No, and you need to talk about that baby.
Talking about Wendy Williams that day.
And talk about that baby that y'all done had, that you paid for, but you didn't give birth to, but you didn't want. Like, you need to talk about that.
Number 2.
Yeah.
And next week we'll talk about my dirty secrets.
Exactly. Because I almost forgot. I'm remembering as I sit here. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. Because Wendy talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember Dr. Phil. I remember Dr. Phil was on Wendy Williams, and she said, this was a hot topic today. And she was like, I want to know your thought on it. And he said, his response was, if you had responsibility in creating that child, you should have responsibility in taking care of that child.
I agree.
And the way he said it, I was like, yeah, Dr. Phil, you're right. You're right.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah. So we got her first show.
Yeah, there
first
you go.
And second show. If she wants to set herself apart,
call us. We'll be the producers.
That's right. That's what we do.
We'll be the producers. We put stuff together.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. You got to be outrageous. And maybe she could have Tasha K on her third show.
Yo, that would be, you know what? If she gave Tasha K a segment.
Yes. Oh, shucks. We
done gave her whole show.
Mark this. Mark this.
Tasha K gets a segment. Because
I want my check in the mail, Tiffany. I want my checks in the mail. When this happens.
Think about it. A Tasha K segment. If you do it once or twice a week.
Yes.
Have her, because Tasha K does like a show 2-3 times a week.
Yeah.
Sometimes like 2 times mostly.
Yes.
And she does a show on Fridays. I'm not going to say what it's called because it's an F word. But she does, where she basically impacts everything that happened that whole week.
Yes.
Like, And then the thing that's funny is something could have happened on Monday. She'll talk about it on Friday, unless she gets something real exclusive, like she has to go live.
Yeah.
Like with Wendy Wilms' husband, child being born. She went, I'll never forget, I think it was like a Sunday.
Yeah.
And she was like, okay, this is not scheduled. She was like, I was out with my husband. We was on a date, getting ready to do this. And I got the phone call that Sharina done had the baby.
Right.
Like she said how her husband was like, oh no, you gotta go live right now.
Right.
That's the type of man you need in your life.
Yep.
He said, nah, I know we were supposed to go out, but you need to go live right now. And every outlet followed what she had.
It could be called On These YouTube Streets with Tasha K on the Sherry Shepherd Wendy Williams show.
Look at that. We done call us. You can call us. We will help you.
Yes.
I'll watch that.
I would watch it too. I would watch it too. And shoot, if they could do a back and forth, bring her on. But see, here's the thing. What does Sherry have to offer this YouTube community? You know what I mean? She would have to come with some tea.
She will have to talk about that baby that she be paying for that she didn't want. According to the Wendy Williams gossip back in the day.
Yes.
That's what she need to talk about, is that child that she paid child support for.
Yeah.
Allegedly. I don't know if it's her. Well, yeah, I guess technically it would be her child.
Yeah. Was it her egg?
Well, that's what I don't. That's why we need the interview.
Okay, because we got questions.
It's a surrogate situation, so I don't know if they use somebody else's egg.
Yeah,
use her egg.
Yes,
I don't think they used the surrogate's egg because she's a white woman.
Okay. Okay. If I'd have known I could have had a surrogate have my kids, shoot,
girl, I'm gonna tell you right now. I ain't having no more kids, but if there was something that I needed to have me some more kids, maybe for my taxes. But no, I ain't doing all that for my taxes. I'll just pay them. I ain't going through what I want.
I'm just saying my body. The fact that's my son in the background speaking together. But yeah, I'm just saying my body, like pop out 4 kids and stuff like. But from a surrogate, shoot.
That's the best way to go.
We make that
doing this the wrong way.
The regular person
out here getting pregnant and stuff.
It's like, whoa!
I should have been paying somebody else's doctor bills.
Yes,
and go, come on, girl, you can push. Come on.
Oh my goodness.
Ooh. Well, that was a fun-filled show.
That was. I agree. I definitely agree. I think we brought in some pertinent points though. Like,
yeah, Tasha
K
is a business. She has a business.
Yeah.
But as I said, the reason why she can speak the way that she can speak because she has business insurance.
Yes. Yep.
I'm sure somewhere, shape, or form, her business insurance is paying for these lawyers.
Yeah.
Is paying for her defense.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she is a media company.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure there's a media company policy that they have because they might get sued every now and again.
Right.
You know, but this is what happens when you plan.
Yeah.
You can be confident, even though you got it, you can be like, I ain't got it. Because you notice how she said, I ain't got it.
Right.
I'll be honest, the way Tara Marie said, I ain't got it, and the way Tasha
really
K
was
said,
like, she don't got it.
Right. Tara Marie said, I ain't got it. She was like, I ain't got it.
Right. Tasha might have it.
Tasha? She might got it.
She might got it. She might can get it quickly too. You know,
sure.
You'd be like, duh, $4 million. Like when I heard the verdict, I was just thinking like, that's not too bad, you know.
This is really not a lot of money.
Yeah, for somebody like her. So yeah, I could believe it. So, but yeah, I think the lesson here is that get your ducks in a row. Have your insurance right. Have a lawyer, especially if you dabbling in something that could come where there's blowback. I mean, Tasha K this is not her first rodeo with somebody being upset by something that she said.
Right. And
but,
she has experience in the media world. She used to be in radio. Yeah.
And the value that she brings with her show, I mean, you gotta look at it. It's a business. It's an entertainment business. She has a presence. She has an audience. She has a growing big audience. They pay money. I mean, you ever they pay money. They pay to see her. They pay on her app. Like, she has something to protect and something to promote. So even if you're not at Tasha K level, you're in a completely different business, just think of it as something that, as your legacy, something is, you know what I mean? We got to get in the mindset of transitioning from like hobbies and side hustles to, this is something that could grow into something. I mean, Tasha K started in her room. I mean,
she started in her bedroom.
Yeah, it's not like she
started her bedroom. Now they have
she came with the type of production quality that she has now. So she just made a decision that this is something that she's going to invest in. She's going to invest in her. She's going to invest in her content. She's going to invest in her platform, and she's going to protect it. So,
yes, I think that's well said.
Yes,
that's the way we should end.
I like it. I like it.
Well, guys, this has been another fun-filled show of Entrepremommies. If you want to contact us, you can actually reach me at info@resellqueen.com. Nikki, how can they reach you?
You can't. I don't want to be reached. I'm hermit mode right now. No, I'm at home with Nicole, and I'm really at home. You want to be at home with Nicole, that's where you can get me on Twitter.
I think that's your new show, girl.
Yes.
At home with Nicole. That's your YouTube channel.
I like it. Okay, Tim. I'll
right.
text in the mail.
Go ahead, save it. All right, I ain't going to buy. I'm not going to buy the .com. Go ahead, buy it. Because you know I will flip a .com real quick.
Girl, I know.
That's some nice money. I be thinking
GoDaddy.
I'm like, nah, I think I could get me another 1,000 on that.
Oh, I'm a GoDaddy VIP. Oh man.
Well, guys, we thank you for watching and listening. Again, please take a look at our sponsors. They are in the description box below. We also have our independent ventures. Nicole has Live Love Lux. I just love to say it. I call it an inspirational 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Which I like that because you can listen to it at any time, on the go, in the car, working out, whatever.
Yes.
I have Resellqueen Chronicles, where we talk about all of my things in the reselling journey. So this has been Entrepremommies. Bye.
Bye-bye.
At Entrepremommies, we share from experience.